Hi, Collective. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self love and growth. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. Hi, my divine feminines. This is your check in, you guys. So, you guys, I'm going to tap into what you guys got going on in romance and love right now. So, because I feel like there is some negative emotions that you're feeling regarding a connection. When I did the pre shuffle, the pre spread, this is what I got. So, what I'm seeing here is you're losing hope and optimism for a connection. You feel like there's not going to be a true level of commitment between you and another. I feel like you're having a hard time coping with this situation because maybe this person is not really an ex, but you feel like that's the direction that it's going in because you feel like they don't have any plans to move this forward. You feel like they don't see this connection as a true gift. You feel like they are not taking the time to try to get to know who you are, dive deep into the connection, find a deeper meaning to you being together. You've also recently found out some secrets that got exposed about this person that has you on edge, that's making you question even your own intuition and trying to make a decision of whether or not this is worth continuing to invest in. This secret could be about anything. It could be about a third party situation. It could be the simple fact that you are finding that they're not very honest. They don't have a lot of integrity. And you are finding this out by their actions, by the way they avoid deep conversations, by the way they don't tell you things that seemingly are important, even when you ask. They try to duck and dodge, these questions that allow people to become closer. So you've been spending a lot of time alone in heavy contemplation. Yeah, confirmation, taking, yeah, I got chills all over. Definitely taking a true pause here, trying to understand if what you have is even worth any more time and effort. Feel like in the meantime you are falling out of love because you don't feel like this is somebody who you can actually be in love with. Because if there is no trust, if there is no trust in the connection, no trust in who they are as an individual, because there is no integrity, because there is no proof, the actions don't match the words, the in and out behavior, hot and cold. One moment they love you, the next time they make you blue. Falling in and out of love by Alicia Keys might be significant. Alicia Keys, New York, braids, cornrows, but a lot of in and out, hot and cold, so you don't feel secure. So you are questioning what this is. Well, let's dive deeper. Welcome back, all of my current followers and subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here with me again. I truly appreciate all your love and support. You guys are amazing. All of the incoming followers and subscribers, welcome in. I'm glad you found the channel. Make sure when you hit the subscription bell, select that arrow, hit all so you don't miss any of the other messages that I do post for you guys on a daily basis. So, who is this person in your energy? Divine Feminine, who is this person that you are connected to, that maybe you are in a short-term separation from? Maybe you guys are dealing with a bad boy, somebody who's rebellious and unpredictable. He's fire, thrilling to touch, but you might get burned. Maybe you guys are feeling this is the energy that they are in. This is who they are. This is what you are starting to figure out. The number 6 could be significant, the month of June. Yeah. Well, let's see. Who is connected to my divine feminines that they are questioning themselves about at this time? What could be their professions, characteristics, some things about them that might help us understand this situation a little bit better here? Okay, some of you guys are dealing with somebody that's a personal trainer, somebody who is into their looks. That's definitely, possibly player energy, not always. But somebody who is a personal trainer who takes a lot of pride in how they look, usually likes attention. Not always, like I said, we don't generalize, but definitely fit and motivating. He'll push your limits and his reflection time. So again, somebody who pays a lot of attention to how they look in order to attract clients or attract other people into their lives. Okay, then we have the aristocrat. So the number 34 could be significant. They could be 34, 43, or you could be collective, my divine feminines. Some of you guys are dealing with the aristocrat. Number 4 could be significant. The month of April, the number 7, born on the 4th. Refined and old money. He has a title, but might not have a clue. So you guys might be dealing with somebody who is always concerned about their status, how they look to other people, how they dress, how much money they have in the bank, but maybe lacks a level of intelligence, maybe emotional intelligence more specifically in this situation. Maybe they deal with a lot of people who telling lies is, normal. It's just a part of the world that they are attached to or involved in. And all you're supposed to do, even when you know something is not true, is just smile and nod, you know. And maybe this is bugging you because maybe you are someone who is more integral than that. You have a level of authenticity that doesn't allow you to pretend to be something you're not or accept a lie as truth. Some of you guys are dealing with an architect. The number 3 could be significant. Some of you guys could be worried about a third party situation. Again, the number 7, 4 and 3. 4s and 3s are very significant. 33, 44. These could be number synchronicities. You could be 44 or 33 or them. The month of July, born on the 7th. The architect is thoughtful and precise, great at layouts, bad at laying out emotions. Okay, well, there you go. Confirmation. You guys could be dealing with someone who's not good at emotional intelligence or good at expressing their emotions. Again, so it's like they are intelligent as far as logic, as far as socializing, knowing how to connect to the crowd. But when it comes to actually paying attention, my right hand is itching, paying attention to your emotions, being able to connect with you, being able to make sure that there is a level of integrity within the dynamic, it doesn't seem to be top priority like it is for you. So maybe you guys come from 2 different worlds. Maybe you are more spiritual. Maybe they really don't have too much of an interest in that. Either way. What else? The lawyer, possibly the liar. Again, if you're, my right hand is really itching. Okay. So again, yeah, some of you guys could really be dealing with somebody who has a pretty big level of abundance. But yeah, some of you guys are dealing with someone who is good with their words. But again, you feel like they're good with their words in ways to manipulate or persuade you, to get you maybe not to pay attention to the red flags, but it's something that you are feeling. You definitely don't feel like, again, they have plans of moving this forward in the direction you want. You feel like they're more concerned with status, how people see them, versus being authentic and actually trying to develop a true connection, true attachment or emotional connection with you. This person could be an attorney. They work a lot of hours as well. And again, they have a way to persuade you, but I feel like you're tired of it. I feel like it's something that they've been doing for a while with you, but it's starting to bug you because you feel like it's just a way to keep you stuck and not expecting much more from the situation. Okay. The survivalist, very interesting. Like I said, makes sense. The number 30, the number 52, excuse me. Again, the number seven. Number seven is very significant out here. I have 7, 7, and 7. Then I have number 9, the 27th, number 52 could be 27. They could be 72, 52, 25. The 777 is out here. 7, 7, and 7. Resourceful and paranoid, prepared for everything except a second date. So again, this could be somebody who lives in a lack mindset as well. And then you have the engineer, some characteristics, professions. The engineer, again, very logical. The number 8 is significant. The number 17 could be born on the 17th. The engineer is very logical and precise. They can fix anything. They're very smart, but again, lacks emotional availability. So that's really the theme here. Like I said, you're dealing with someone who uses more of their logic, more of their status. When you are trying to figure out if this is a connection that's actually going to grow into a possible commitment, some type of, you know, emotional commitment, a true connection, long-term commitment. But these are questions that you've had for a while, but you are now understanding who you're dealing with. And so it's hard to determine if this is the direction they want to go, because again, there's a lot of lack of emotional availability here. Okay. Well, let's see what's in the mind of the divine masculine that you are connecting to, divine feminine. Let's see what's going on with them. Yeah, I feel like you have your answer, but I feel like it's kept you in a place of a pause. You've kind of just taken a step back from them. Maybe you're taking a break from them to truly decide what it is you want. How much more time are you willing to give to a connection that's not going to end up going in the direction you want? Is it worth to still hold on to? Is it just a waste of time here? Yeah, this person, they're in their comfort zone. Yeah. So while you are trying to build, you're trying to grow something, create a new foundation, this person is used to what they're used to. They are okay with the people, places, and things that they are familiar with, those environments, of status, right? Where they talk about status and money, but not a lot of emotion. This person likes music. Maybe they hang out at home and they're okay with, throwing on their headphones, again, not really having deep conversations with you, but they are in their happy place there, in their comfort zone. They don't like change. Okay, so third party came out in the reverse. So maybe this is not someone who's dealing with the third party so much. Again, this could just be somebody who really, you know, in this connection hasn't really thought about commitment or thought about going in that direction. And maybe it's been something more on your mind than theirs. I don't feel like this person is planning on abandoning you. Again, maybe there's just a disconnect. Again, maybe divine feminine, I'm sure that you have expressed yourself as far as your expectations, but maybe this particular person that you are thinking about, the person on your mind or you're connected to, maybe just they're not aware of truly what you're feeling. But from what I can see, if this is your divine masculine or the masculine's energy, I don't think they have any plans of abandonment here or walking away from the connection. But at the same time, yeah, I feel like this is what your concern is, that they are not totally transparent either. I feel like you don't feel they are transparent because they don't express themselves emotionally. So you feel like there's always still questions that you have about them as far as what they feel. And you feel like you can't truly connect with them in the way that you want to know if it's worth continuing to invest in if they are not transparent with you, if they're not open with you emotionally. It's like, it's great that they have a good foundation, financially. Maybe the status is nice, but that doesn't really do much for you. I feel like you want to know who it is that you are truly connecting to on a deeper level. Maybe this is not something that they're used to having to do, apparently, in the world that they live in. It's just more logic and more finances. It's not really a lot of emotions. So this may be somebody that you have to actually teach how to do this, and whether or not they're worth putting that time and effort into is going to be up to you. Yeah, I don't feel like this person is triggered, but I feel like you may be feeling heartbroken, because you truly wanted to work. Yeah. Again, when I look at this person, I mean, these two cards falling on top of each other, this person is truly in a more relaxed state while you are sitting in this energy where you're sad about the situation. And I don't feel like maybe there's enough communication about this, because I feel like this person truly doesn't know what you are actually feeling, Divine Feminine. I don't feel like they're in the energy of trying to break your heart, but I feel like that is just the circumstance of them not opening up to you, not giving to you emotionally in the way that you need and desire the transparency. Maybe you feel like they're doing this on purpose. Let's see. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't see that, you know, with this coming out in the reverse, confession in the reverse. I don't feel like there's any type of lie that they need to confess that they've told you. I feel like, yeah, see, loyal in the upright. I feel like this person does love you, Divine Feminine. I just feel like you guys, the idea of a connection of love is different for you guys. And I feel like it is going to take some effort to get on the same page for you to get them to understand how important them being more transparent with you really is, and how what that really means to you. I don't really feel like it would, if it's the right person, let me say this, if it's the right person, I think once you express that to them where they truly understand how much it's hurting you, I don't feel like this person would have any resistance to giving that to you or working towards that, because again, it may not be something that comes naturally to them. But I feel like if you express yourself in the proper way, in a healthy way, if this is the right person that truly loves you, that seems to truly be loyal, that truly sees you, in their life long term, I don't think they would have a problem, with opening up to you. And again, it may not be something that's natural. Again, it may not be in the way that you expect or want, but it might be where you have to put in a little bit more effort. You might have a hard time letting go of the negative emotions, though, when it comes to this. Maybe you feel like it's been a while, or maybe you feel like it's something that should come naturally and you shouldn't have to teach, and you're possibly right. So if you don't feel like you want to put in the time and effort, if you feel like it's not going to create a level of stability within the relationship, it's not worth the investment, that is something that you have to answer, Divine Feminine. But you know exactly what it is you need, but I feel like you're dealing with someone who doesn't. I feel like there is an opportunity for abundance between the two of you. Again, but whether or not this person is worth your investment is up to you. Nobody else can make that decision but you. But from what I see, I don't see too many red flags here. Again, emotional connection is maybe just something this person is not used to. I feel like there hasn't been a lot of opportunities for you guys to connect in this way or opportunities where you've truly expressed yourself to where they understood the importance. It's easy to assume that the other person in our life should automatically know how we feel based on maybe our nonverbal cues. But understand that if we're talking about a divine masculine, or let's say the person on your mind, they don't, especially if we're talking about a masculine, masculines are more black and white, simplified. They don't really read between the lines. There are some, don't get me wrong, that literally pay attention to every little thing that you do, and they will learn all of those aspects about you, sometimes just to manipulate you. But there are masculine energies that do pay a close attention to details, but most of them generally just need you to tell them what you need or want or desire. And now, if you've done that and they still choose not to, then that's different. But if you have not done that and been clear, been straightforward, then you can expect them to give you what you want, or just assume that they should know. So maybe there needs to be again, if you feel this person is worth the time and effort, again, only you would know that. I don't know what else has occurred between the two of you, but if you feel like they are worth it, then you will try to create more opportunities and not self-sabotage here. Maybe there's something that you're scared of. Maybe you don't feel like you'll be truly accepted in their world either. So don't, hopefully this is not an excuse to not try to make this work. Because again, yeah, I don't feel like this person is planning on walking away from you. I don't feel like this is a person, who overindulges in anything. They seem to be pretty straightforward. Okay, well, let me get you, let's see. What's the truth for my divine feminines? What's the truth that you need to know in this situation, divine feminine? Maybe you're overthinking it. Again, maybe there's some level of insecurity that you're feeling. You feel like maybe they might walk away from you. Maybe they're withholding because they're giving to someone else. But again, I don't truly see that here. What's the truth for my divine feminine regarding the person on their mind? Yeah, see, boundless possibilities. Like I said, I feel like there are opportunities here for you guys to grow, but I feel like you have to allow them the opportunities to be there, create the opportunities, because maybe you expect this person to already know how to do this, but it's just not something that comes naturally to them. And I don't know if they truly know how much it's hurting you. What else? Yeah, you're going to need to be patient with them, because again, if this is not something that comes naturally, it's not going to be something that is very easy for them. It's natural for you, it's easy for you, but you may have to have a level of patience with them. If you see that they're putting in the effort, that they are trying to do this more, be more emotionally open, when you need them to be, again, it means that they do truly value you. They value the connection, the relationship. I think you need to take a minute, like you have been. I think you've felt overwhelmed, depleted by the situation. But again, I feel like this is something that you've kept to yourself, that you have felt within, that this person maybe doesn't really know. Maybe it's time for you to detach. And when I see this detach here, I feel like it's detached from your expectations of how things should go, and create opportunities to create opportunities to develop your own type of communication with your person. So detach from how you expect things to be, which is not easy sometimes. But I feel like if you truly have someone in your life who is loyal, who does not, overindulge and run around trying to, get the attention from all these third parties, but maybe live in a world where they didn't grow up or have to emotionally express themselves in the way that you need in order to feel secure, it just may be something that you have to work on. Again, if they are worth it. Only you would know that, Divine Feminine. What else? What's the truth? Yep. Find the lesson. Like I said, I feel like it's going to be a lesson for the both of you. It's a place in the relationship that you both need to grow in. Being patient for you, Divine Feminine, and understanding that not everyone communicates or expresses themselves in the same way that you do. But if they are willing to work with you, learn how to express yourself so that they know what you need. This is also going to be a lesson for them in order to learn how to be more emotionally expressive. There's a lesson here. I don't think it needs to turn into a loss. But again, if you are taking a pause, if you are taking some alone time, maybe it is where you need to reflect and decide again if this is worth time and effort. Yeah, like confirmation. Take a step back. You need to gain perspective. When you're too close to a situation, it can be hard to make a decision. So you need to span out and view your life from a different perspective, a little bit of a distance, so that you can get the perspective you need. So confirming exactly what I said. It's okay if you're taking time because maybe you need to, but on the bottom of the deck, you also need to speak up. You'd also need to express yourself in a way that they understand how important that is for you. Them being emotionally expressive is to you. So now it's your turn. You need to express yourself and speak up and be direct. Okay. So let's see, to close this out, what's pulling at your heartstrings, Divine Feminine? What are you feeling right now when it comes to your Divine Masculine, or the person on your mind? What does your heart need to say? What does it need to express? Yeah. What once burned brightly now feels dim. You need to reignite this. Again, at the end of the day, you will know if it's worth it, though. Only you can make that decision. I can't, reiterate that anymore. This is just an outside perspective. You know if something is worth investing in or not. If this person is worth investing in, if they haven't giving you any reason not to trust them, if they haven't broken your heart, if they are a good friend, a good person in general, but maybe again just don't know how to emotionally express themselves in the way that you need, then maybe it is worth working on. What else are you feeling? Yeah, so again, I feel like there's definitely a level of healing that you need in regards to emotional expression. Again, maybe you connect your ability to be validated or receive emotional words of affirmation from the other person as a way to feel connected. And you have to remember to give that to yourself. Because again, not everybody shows love and affection in the same way. Some people do it with words of affirmation. Some people do it just in how they take care of you, how they balance life out, how they take burdens off of you. This person probably knows how to use their connections in order to keep things going. So they feel like they are doing what they're supposed to do within the connection. That is maybe how they show their love and affection. So maybe that's the conversation that needs to be had as well. What is your love language? Because maybe, again, I feel like you think that this person's love language should be the same as yours, and it's just not. Yeah, you don't need to carry the love alone. And I feel like that's why you feel heartbroken, because I feel like that's what you feel like you're doing. Maybe you feel like this person doesn't have any type of emotions for you. But again, you need to dig deeper, find the lesson, try to understand who it is you're truly connected to. What is their love language? Ooh, confirmation. A confirmation. So yeah, divine feminine. So on that note, take some time, learn the lesson, divine feminine. Don't assume that they don't care. Dive a little bit deeper. Speak up. Okay. All right, you guys, that's what I have for you. Hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and follow me. But until next time, you guys, bye.